Your biggest goal in your life should be to become a confident person, because that is the answer for every single thing in life. Believe me. When you are a confident person, you go and you do it. But confidence is not something that you can get from someone or somewhere. Someone can give you that. No, you have to build it, and it's rented. You don't own confidence. You rent it by being someone that does what they say that we're gonna do, that follows through with the promises that they've made for themselves. Hi, I'm Mila Valem, and I am a neuroscientist, and I'm here to help you. So there's something called placebo effect. You probably heard of it. And a lot of people think that it's just a psychological thing. Oh, you think something. Placebo is actually way more interesting and efficient than that. Placebo is when your brain believes something so deeply, so much, that it starts producing hormones that make you feel what you think you should be feeling. That's why people say, oh, it's a medication, but it's just placebo. Just placebo? No. It's very important, because your belief in yourself or in something you're doing for yourself, that could be taking some medication, that could be exercising. Placebo works for everything, good and bad. So when someone says, oh, it's just placebo, no. Placebo is something extremely important and efficient. It's very efficient, because your brain believes that so deeply that it just starts happening. Can you understand the potential of what we have, the potential of our belief in ourselves? Because if you're confident in what you're doing for yourself, for sure it is going to be beneficial for you. So placebo is not imaginary, it's a consequence of your own belief. That is magical. This always surprises me. Okay, so you know that believing in yourself is extremely important. And there's a lot of people that don't know as much as you, they're not nearly as good as you, doing more than you, and making more money than you, and happier. Why? Because they believe they should, they believe they can, and they go and do it. So the first thing you have to know, in order for you to be confident, you have to take action. It's not about feelings. Being confident is not about feelings, okay? Because of course, in the beginning, you are going to feel like shit, because this is how you've been feeling your whole life. So you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna feel amazing because I'm confident. No, you have to build confidence little by little. You go to the gym one day, feel like shit. 2, 3, a month, you feel like shit. Second month, you start feeling better. Third month, you're like, I can do this. I can keep coming here. Maybe this is for me. Because you are not gonna be confident like this. It doesn't happen like that. Nothing in life is like this. I know it's hard. I wish it was different. You have to be patient, and you have to be persistent and consistent. So there's no feelings when it comes to confidence. You have to go and do what you have to do, even when you don't feel like it. Oh, I don't feel like going to the gym because I feel so tired. It doesn't matter. You're gonna get up and you're gonna go for 30 minutes. Yes. No feelings here. And it's not because your feelings don't matter. They matter. But for this that you want to do, they shouldn't be reliable. You should not trust your feelings when it comes to your process of becoming a confident person. And another example is, if you feel sad every time you go to the gym, but you still go, you're going to get results. It doesn't matter. Your feelings are not reliable for you to be confident. Another thing that is very important for you to be confident is being healthy. Okay, if you are on a weak body, you're not eating enough, or you're eating bad stuff, you are going to feel weak. And your gut influences everything you think. There's this book called, I think it's called Heal Your Gut. Put it here, the title. And I read it, and it was so good for me. I had SIBO. I didn't know I had it. And when I found out, SIBO is an overgrowth of bacteria in the wrong place in your gut. And I treated, and I felt so much better. Started losing weight. I started feeling good. Because your gut influences your brain. It's basically your second brain. When I was in college, I had a professor that didn't like when we said that, but because she was like, no, it's not that complex, but it is that deep. You know, it might be not as complex, but it's still as important. What you eat is extremely important in how you feel. I eat some things and they make me stressed out. So how are you going to be confident if you don't eat well, if you don't walk, if you're not healthy? That is very difficult to achieve, because the things, the bacterias, everything, your microbiome is influencing how you think and how you feel 24/7, even in your sleep. Step number 3, you need to face discomfort. And some people say, oh, you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. No, you don't need to be comfortable. You don't need to be comfortable with shit. You need to be uncomfortable. Pain and discomfort are extremely important for us. Extremely important. So when you're like, no, I don't want to do this. This is too uncomfortable. This is too bad. You're making yourself weak, because you're not going to thrive in an environment that you have no challenge, that you don't have to get up early, that you don't have to do anything you don't want to, that you're just free. We see that all the time with teenagers, right? When they have too much freedom, they just do whatever they want because their parents cannot control them. What happens is they do a lot of bad stuff. No challenge, too much freedom, no discipline. That is the disaster. So you can't do that to yourself. You have to be a little bit rigid. I work from home, right? And I can wake up whenever I want. Technically, if I want to have a shitty life, I can wake up whenever I want. If I want my business to go and not thrive anymore, I can wake up whenever I want. For the things that I want to do, there's no one telling me what I should do, no one watching me. But I know the type of life that I want to live. So I get up and I do what I need to do. I'm on a diet, and yesterday I really wanted to eat more, but I'm on a diet. Can I eat more? No, I can't. Oh my God, you're being too rigid with yourself. If you want extraordinary results, if you want an extraordinary life, you have to do extra. You have to go a step further. If you want to be a confident person, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable, with not feeling confident, because you're still building it. It's normal. It's completely normal. And then you might think, Mila, my life is already uncomfortable. I already live in discomfort 100% of the time. Stop that. I don't want to hear that. You know why? Because that is going to keep you there. If you keep telling yourself, oh, well, my life is already hard, my work, my this, what can you do to change? Your focus should be, how can I have a better life? How can I make my life as good as I can? And I'm passionate about this subject. I could be here for hours. I lived in the favela in Brazil, right? Anything would be better than, I was miserable there. I was miserable. And I wanted a better life. I was a kid and I knew I wanted a better life. And then you have internet. You are in a first world country. Your first language is English. And you tell me that you are miserable? You have everything in your favor. Everything can be changed like this if you put your mind into it. And like this, I mean in a year, 2 years, okay? Not like this in a split second, no, because that's not reality. But it's fast. If you consider your whole life, a year, 2 years is very fast, right? Let's say you're gonna live for, 95 years. So don't waste your time and don't be a little bitch. I'm sorry. Don't be a soft little bitch. You have to be okay with feeling uncomfortable. If you want a better life. If you don't want a better life, then sure. Then you can just, stay the way that you are. Step number 4, you're gonna let go of what people think. Who are these people that you're so worried about? The guy that cheats on his wife. The girl that is always bullying other people. That's the type of people you're scared of hurting? Or are you scared of what they're gonna say? They're gonna think? They're gonna feel? No, that's their problem. And maybe you're scared even worse. You're like, what about my parents? What about my family? Okay, when I was 17 years old, I was approved for one of the best colleges in Brazil, okay, to study technology. Technology, it's funny to me now. I was approved to study technology, and I was approved on the first list, which is very hard. There are like 5 lists that you get called, and it's one of the best universities in São Paulo. And I started studying there, and I absolutely hated it since first class. But I was so scared of disappointing my parents. I was like, my dad is gonna be so disappointed at me. I'm gonna be the worst thing that has ever happened to him. And when I turned 18, I was there for a year and a half already. So I was 18 and a half. I sat down with him and I told him I didn't want to study that anymore. And he said, okay, if you don't want to study there anymore, that's fine. But if you want any help with anything, you are on your own. My dad was like, I didn't want you not to study. I said, I am going to study. I just don't want to study this. He said, I don't care. I'm not going to help you. I was devastated. I was like, I just disappointed my dad and I'm on my own and I'm only 18 years old. What I make for sure won't be enough to do anything. But I did it anyways. I graduated and now I have 2 graduations. And I'm a neuroscientist, I speak 5 languages. But if I didn't tell my dad back then what I wanted for my life, because it's my life, okay? I was very, very sad and afraid and like, I remember the feeling to this day, but I don't regret doing what's best for me. And of course, now he's very proud of me. There's no way he's not proud of me. I hope he's proud of me. That's what he tells me. Listen, your parents, they had their own chance, right? At life, at success. And now it's your turn. It is your life. you are going to live with the consequences of every single choice you make. Even if you love this person or these people so much and you care about their opinion and you care about their input and their feelings, you still choose what's best for you. If it's moral, ethical, and fair, you always choose you. You come first. It's your life, your decisions, and your consequences to manage after. Okay, step 5 is you're gonna put yourself out there. You're gonna start acting like a confident person. You're gonna pretend. I've said that 1,000 times here. You have to pretend you are this person. You have to act like them. I like to write down. So I wrote down about the things that I wanted to learn and be perceived as. So I wrote down, this person is very smart. This person is perceived as beautiful. This person is kind, is straightforward. I just wrote down every single characteristic that I wanted to incorporate in my new self and I wanted to develop. You have the chance to change your life, to change your identity, to change your choices, and do what's best for you. It doesn't matter how old you are and where you are right now, because if I did it, you can do it too. You can even decide what's her hair color, how does she talk to people, what's her style. Just design the life that you want and start acting as if you are this person that is confident enough to experience this life. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your comment if you feel like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.